Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
It looks like Zack Snyder and James Gunn are teaming up to promote the Blue Beetle or something.
Well, they need to do whatever they can to make this one stick.
Yeah, this isn't looking too good, guys. Blue Beetle is tracking for $12 to $17 million.
Is it still? Have they raised it at all?
No, I just checked and they're still saying 12 to 17 million.
Yikes.
12 to 17 million dollars. Despite looking like a perfectly functional, if not trope-ish superhero movie that, you know, they really shot themselves in the foot with that Batman comment, but whatever, right?
Well, I don't think it was that. Well, that was, but the director making the comments he did, and like going after people, and then when they were like, you know, oh, you made those kind of people mad. Well, my job here is done. And I'm like, and then he had to like try to walk it back.
Yeah.
Please come see my movie. Please come see the movie.
Yeah, I think there needs to be a policy put in place after the dust settles, after the strikes. Actually, that should be one of the requirements, I think, of Hollywood. Is like, fine, we'll sign your damn agreement, but you're going to agree not to tank our movie. You're going to agree not to go out to social media and disparage and destroy fan goodwill to get some upvotes, because those upvotes aren't worth the millions of dollars.
Right, we're going to lose.
That we're going to lose on your movie. Right? That's what I think they should do. But that's just me. Let's talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture, news, views, and rants, guys. If you do, you'll get a woohoo.
Woohoo!
So yeah, we'll talk about this. We'll talk about Wonder Woman 3. Apparently, Gal Gadot is still in play. So who knew? But this first, Zack Snyder and James Gunn supporting Blue Beetle can only help the movie. So you were saying to me that, and I haven't seen Barbie, but you said they throw some shade at Zack Snyder fans.
Yeah, they
in the
do
Barbie
in the
movie.
movie, and they did it to Godfather too. But they basically, like, when they were equating the patriarchy and toxic male behavior, they make digs at the Zack Snyder, at the Justice League and stuff like that, the Snyderverse and things. And I was like, but there are a lot of women who like the Snyder cut too. It was a Snyder cut, and I'm like, and this is Warner, who they made digs at him for that. And now they're wanting him to save their Blue Beetle movie.
Yeah.
They equated his cut with toxic masculinity and patriarchy. But hey, come speak to the dudes and give them to come to our movie.
Yeah. So this reeks of just desperation, because they also have, you know, Aquaman 2 coming out yet, and the last couple of movies that were under technically Snyderverse movies. I guess Shazam was technically in the Snyderverse, but you know, we had a Shazam movie and a Black Adam movie misfire massively. The Flash misfired massively.
Let me get this straight. It's a bunch of men. They need a bunch of men to go tell other men to come to their movie, but then they call men toxic men and stuff, and poke fun at the patriarchy and Barbie.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which is the same studio.
Pretty much. We'll take your money, but we won't respect you
I'm just
anymore.
pointing out the double standard.
You know, we want your money, and that's basically it.
You're like the Godfather or the Snyder cut. You apparently are the patriarchy.
Oh my God. All right. It said DC studio head James Gunn has spoken positively about the Blue Beetle. Conversely, both former DC director Zack Snyder and David Ayer are just as excited to see it. This despite their past troubles.
Dragging everybody out, aren't they?
Right? This despite their past troubles with Warner Brothers Discovery, and given the fractured state of the DC movie fan base, it could offer a wholesome swan song. No, what they're trying to do, they are desperate. They're trying to pass the torch, and they're trying to do it in a peaceful way, because they know the Snyderverse fans are going to be pissed that they're rebooting it. Mm-hmm. And they're trying to save face.
He's on board. Hey, look. And then they're going to get Tom Cruise to come say, watch this movie.
Yeah, Tom Cruise is going to come watch the movie.
Didn't they use Zack Snyder for The Flash, too?
I think they did, yeah. Yeah, because they wanted people to be like, it's okay, guys. It's okay. My time's over. It's all right.
I don't think that's why they're not going.
They're not going because the movies are shit.
They just don't care.
Nobody cares. Plus, it's a dead continuity. DC, dead continuity. Dead company. Everybody knows this continuity is dead. Now, I don't know, Blue Beetle, I think, is technically supposed to be the first of the Gunn universe. But what's going to complicate things, and we'll get to that, is having the same Wonder Woman. Like, we're going to reboot it, but we're also going to have the same Wonder Woman, you know?
And not only that, Gal Gadot's helping them make the movie. Like, she's working up with them to create the script, I think, and everything.
Gal Gadot with the help of Gal robots. You know, AI. There we go, guys. James Gunn has not only seen the Blue Beetle, he also seemed to enjoy the movie. It's likely for this reason that there are talks to include its version of Jaime Reyes and Blue Beetle in future projects set in the rebooted DC universe. So this is a vestigial Snyderverse version, I guess. That's what it sounds like. Of course, this could be seen as merely corporate talk and praise. Yes, with Gunn wanting to stand behind the product so that it performs well at the box office. Well, they can't come out and say, yeah, they got two more of these DC movies to come out, yet they can't say, you know what, guys, just don't bother.
It sucks.
It sucks.
And it might be good. I think people were turned off by the whole, you had to add the Batman's a fascist comment. And granted, it might have been a joke or it might have been the character. It probably wasn't wise to do that in a trailer. And then coming out after that and being like, calling people names and going after people and then acting like, they were the problem and the director being a douche also probably didn't help, to the point where the director had to walk it back and kind of apologize to try, please come to my movie. Please. It was a joke, I swear.
Yeah, I think you got a talking to.
Oh, clearly.
I think somebody, Daddy Zaz pulled some of these guys into his office and said, you shut the fuck up. We have to make these movies make money. Ezra Miller already destroyed The Flash, right? Like we gotta save this movie.
So like there's a general air of excitement around Superman Legacy. Where?
There's no excitement. None whatsoever. In fact, people are asking questions. They're like, why do they have so many damn characters in a Superman origin movie? Like, what the hell is going on here? It feels like a freaking team movie. Yeah, no, people are not real excited about it. They're not real excited about it. Nobody's excited about it. And that's the problem. I think they're looking at, because they have people at the companies, I guess if they didn't fire them or lay them off, but they have people at the company that look at the numbers and they're like, nobody's talking about these movies. Nobody cares. The only thing people care, Harley Quinn, they care about, kind of. She had her own movie though, and that failed too.
Well, the name itself, was a little confusing and everything else.
I think Joker 2 is going to do really well. I think if they do a follow-up to the Batman, it'll do well. But as far as them having like a Marvel-esque DCU, they had a shot and they blew it. Because
of toxic masculinity.
Toxic masculinity. It couldn't have anything to do with the fact that the movies were hit or miss. Everything was disheveled. It was rushed out. It was, and they butchered.
It's funny they want him to defend this movie and be like, yeah, I want to see it, after they slammed him in another movie.
Wait, so David Ayer, oh God. Okay, this is a guy who did the first Suicide Squad movie. So this is his support. # representation matters. Come on. It is 2023. We're beyond this. We're beyond, okay, guys, oh my God, this is going to blow your mind, but we have a brown superhero.
Right, because that never happened before. But beyond that, the guy that plays the main character, I forget what his name is, but he's in the Cobra Kai and he's gotten so much pushback and racism against him for being, not white. I'm being sarcastic because he didn't.
Nobody cared.
Actually,
most people point to Cobra Kai and they say it is, I think it's kind of jumped the shark, but at least the first couple seasons, it was kind of the gold standard for how to bring a franchise back, be respectful of what went before, and also introduce new characters.
Yeah, you know why? Because it's really popular. The people it's really popular with are probably people that grew up watching Cobra Kai or Karate Kid back in the day, and or have grown up over the years watching it, and they learned that their diversity can be there and can be organic, and they don't fucking care. Contrary to Hollywood and the narrative, most people see the diversity and they're just like, okay, and but that's just it. They want you to have all the ands. Well, you better have ands because you better understand. Understand what? And, I'm just so tired of it. It's just like, so they're not white. So what? Well, you better respect that and make a big deal about it. Why?
Yeah, it's just like, they're just desperate they're going to try anything to save this movie. And it's not, The Flash was supposed to be like the biggest thing ever. They were like, this thing is going to do $125 million opening weekend. Oh my God, it's the best superhero movie ever made, everybody. Don't worry about that, Ezra Miller. Just don't pay attention to that.
Look what happened there.
And it wound up being a freaking disaster, and the movie actually
wound
up being subpar.
Worse.
This is going to be worse because nobody knows this character. At least people knew who the hell the Flash was. At least you had cameos from other notable DC characters. This one, it was an uphill battle to begin with, and then you got the director shooting his mouth off. Not a good idea. But yeah, now, so they're trying to separate the Snyderverse from the Gunnerverse. or whatever the hell they're going to call it. And they're bringing Gal Gadot back. Now, I think she's perfect as Wonder Woman. I think she's great. That being said, how are you supposed to make a clean break when you're bringing the same actors back? Because people are just going to be like, this is just more of the same DC, right?
Yeah, that's true. But Patty Jenkins isn't doing it.
Well, okay.
There's, we don't have, Wonder Woman Rape Fest. I'm sorry.
Wonder Woman Rape Fest.
I think that was a little,
Oh my God.
they're not wrong. But I think that they're getting a little bit extreme on that take, but they aren't wrong.
So I think the thing, well, because Wonder Woman 84 was like one of the biggest damn disappointments because you were excited about it.
I was. I don't even get excited for movies anymore. Like there's a couple I'm excited about. So if I go to the theater to see it, that's because I genuinely wanted to see it, and I just don't want to get excited anymore because I'm just disappointed. There's no point. Like, I don't even care anymore. I let myself care because then they won't be so upset.
Speaking of not caring, a few years ago, I would have cared about the Fantastic Four. I don't trust Disney to get anything right. Mm-mm. And there are all these rumors about who's playing who and whatever. It's like, now they're going to
be in the 60s, it says. And stuff.
Yeah, it's going to be, I'm sure, Sue Storm lecturing the patriarchy.
I hope not.
Anyway, so there it is, guys. This just sounds like they're real desperate to save what's left of the DCEU. And I think it's done. I think it's over. I think it's all over. I don't think the Superman movie, I'm going to be honest, even though I like James Gunn movies, I don't think it's going to do well.
I don't think he's right for Superman.
He is not right for Superman.
You disagree. Maybe he's going to surprise us, but
Brad Bird. I would have picked Brad Bird.
I know you mentioned that a lot.
I would have picked Brad Bird, but he's toxic now too, I guess. So.
Oh, well, if you have a penis, you are. I mean, that's just the way it is.
That is.
I'm sorry to tell you. Yeah. And if you don't have a penis, but you say you're a man, then technically you're the patriarchy too. So I guess you're toxic as well.
You're toxic. You're toxic, yeah. So we're going to wrap this up.
Yep.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.
Bye.